Good morning. Happy Friday. We are watching this crash for you. It's a major crash. I-30 as you're traveling westbound right at 360. All westbound lanes are shut down. Take a look. This is quite a scene. This happened about 30 minutes ago. And as you can see, traffic is being diverted to 360 southbound lanes. Now, if you have to head towards the airport and you normally take I-30, you will not be able to go northbound. So heading through Ferris, this is going to be the current situation. We're seeing bumper to bumper traffic now. Even though it's dark and early, we're not seeing that patch of red. If this still continues, this will be we had a crash here involving a semi-truck that was carrying some frozen chicken, and some way or somehow that actually caught on fire. We actually have a different video that we want to show you this morning. So this video is from our photojournalist Tim Laveau, and take a look at the fumes, the smoke out there. Look at the eastbound lanes. We're seeing that traffic is moving slowly. I spoke with TxDOT earlier, and they said that this is like a double-decker semi-truck that crashed. So you can see that the truck actually jackknifed. So crews are working to move that semi-truck, as well as you said, Keith, clean up that spill. Normally we would be talking about crashes, but this is what this looks like. This is not a crash. It's because there's a lot of ponding on the roads, and it looks like crews are out here just redirecting traffic so they do not drive through it, because that's not a good idea. And I'll take a look right now. So your clocking speed, slowing things down 9 miles per hour. This is adding about a 10-minute delay to your morning commute. That's right. And as you're heading on the road, you may see some lights blinking, no signals at traffic lights. Be sure to treat them as a four-way stop if you don't see a signal, but a flashing red light, treat it as a stop sign. 12, it's closed, and there was an incident where some horseback riders, about 3 people, were struck by a car, and so they shut down eastbound and westbound lanes from 45 if you're trying to get on Loop 12. In the distance, that fog is pretty thick, so as you're traveling out there, remember, when you're seeing fog, just make sure you slow it down, as well as allow space between you and the other cars. If you have fog lights, use them, and if you don't, use your low beams. Do not use your high beams. Also, spring break is upon us, and that can mean a lot of parties for college students. So the Texas Department of Transportation is reminding people to think twice before they drink and drive.
This machine is paving the way for longer-lasting roads in North Texas, roads with less cracks and potholes.
Right now, whatever the mix we are using, this happens to the road after extended period of time, under the traffic volume.
University of Texas Arlington professor Dr. Sahadat Hussein, along with his team of students and research assistants, have been researching for over 3 years on how to make our roads stronger. They conducted thousands of tests and experiments.
So we try to balance the rutting and cracking susceptibility of the mix, which is the two main concerns.
They figured out mixing recycled and non-recycled plastic into hot asphalt or in-between mix would strengthen it, creating plastic roads.
This is LDP, which is basically one-time use plastic bag, and they are non-recyclable, but we are using for the road.
This machine here simulates road conditions over time. One of the samples have the plastic mixture and one is just asphalt. Over 8 hours, this is what the road looks like without the plastic mix, and this is the one with the plastic mix. The Dallas TxDOT district awarded UTA and Dr. Hussein's project with nearly $1 million in grant money. TxDOT officials believe plastic roads can save them major bucks when it comes to road maintenance, while benefiting drivers at the same time.
If we can make a mix, then we can push the maintenance from 2 years to 5 years or 2 years to 10 years. It reduces a lot of maintenance cost. It reduces a lot of headache for the drivers.
I mean, I never dreamed anybody would do this for us. Never, never.
Connie Sales holding back tears as she tells me how Hutchins Barbecue is more than just a favorite barbecue spot to her family.
They're awesome. They have really been a big blessing to our family, really. I can't say enough.
On Friday, the Hutchins staff, along with owner Tim Hutchins, surprised the Sales family with a $33,000 check.
Overwhelmed. I mean, I really can't thank them enough, because it's really been a blessing to us. Because we're living on a fixed income, and so this has been a big blessing.
Connie and her husband Gary have been taking their 6-year-old grandson, Bentley, to the barbecue restaurant ever since he was diagnosed with a rare blood cancer at 1 year old. Over the past 3 years, Bentley developed a special bond with restaurant managers Wayne White and Marsh Landers.
He came in and we went around speaking to him, and it started out with, when he come in, we would pray for him.
It became personal.
Yeah.
Because we got to know them and hear their story, and they allowed us into their little, circle.
White and Landers wanted to help out the Sales family with their expenses since both of Bentley's grandparents are elderly and dealing with their own illnesses. During 1 week in January, both Hutchins locations dedicated 100% of its proceeds of the Texas Twinkie to Bentley and his family. And before they left, Bentley and Connie came together with the staff to pray, just like every visit to Hutchins. Amazing. So Connie tells me her and her husband, they take Bentley at least once every other week to Hutchins Barbecue so he can see Wayne and Marsh. Take a look right there. That's them. And she says that Hutchins staff is like a part of her family.
A Saturday afternoon. This is FM 1385.
It's a familiar and frustrating sight for anyone who lives in or around the Denton community of Aubrey.
It takes about 20 minutes at any time of the day. And so with that being said, I saw the same frustrations from my neighbors, and I decided that we needed to do something.
Hiram Bautista lives in the Arrowbrook neighborhood off of FM 1385. The daily stress of bumper-to-bumper traffic on the narrow two-lane road drove him to create a plan of action. 2 weeks ago, Bautista drafted a petition and wants TxDOT to widen FM 1384 to 4 lanes. Nearly 2,000 signatures and counting have been collected. One of those belongs to Marlon Terrell.
It's like you're living in a rural area, traveling 45 minutes to go to a grocery store, or just getting out to go do family functionings.
Bautista and Terrell have lived in the same community for nearly 3 years. Terrell says FM 1385 is not only a traffic concern, but also a safety concern.
Me and my wife, we just had a baby girl. So imagine if there was an emergency at home and I needed to get to them ASAP. It would take me over an hour, and I could be right there.
The city of Aubrey officials say they share the same concern for their emergency rescue crews, who have to navigate through the congestion.
From 7 a.m., you could expect traffic for literally until 12 o'clock in the afternoon, and then it goes on for the rest of the day.
Well, it's in the middle of the day and traffic is already backed up. Take a look. We're seeing traffic backed up all the way past the curve for those who are traveling towards Fishtrap Road,
which is about a half a mile from the Arrowbrook neighborhood. CBS News Texas reached out to TxDOT. Turns out it's already aware of the community's concern. In a statement, TxDOT says in part, there is a proposed expansion project for FM 1385 right now. This project is currently scheduled to be ready for construction bids in the summer of 2026. Currently, no funding is available for the project, so there is no official start date for the project. TxDOT says it's currently working on a $170 million project to widen US 380 from 4 to 6 lanes. Construction that does little to ease the backups and headaches for Bautista and others.
This is frustrating, and this is a unacceptable thing for us.
In Aubrey, Marcine Joseph, CBS News, Texas.